All right, welcome back to those of you who are viewing every single day. Today, first off, this is Billy Dooley. I'm here with Coach Dooley's list, and I got a young man with me today who I've had the pleasure of knowing since U.S. history, your junior year.
Yeah, just a long time.
Taught him, never coached him. It's Brandon Lutes, who's the head lacrosse coach at North Oconee High School. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Last day of school, so this is definitely dedication. You could be other places.
Yes,
so
hey, whatever it takes to get out, you know.
Well, and I appreciate you coming on such short notice. So really just get us started, Coach. Tell us kind of your lacrosse journey. You know, lacrosse had really hasn't been a big-time sport in Georgia, but it's growing quickly, and you know you've been playing a while. So kind of tell us your lacrosse journey and also where you've been coaching-wise.
I got really lucky in high school. So before North Oconee got a team, we had a club team that was local in Oconee County, and it was called the Knights, which is still going on for the middle school and elementary school. In the Knights, we played high school, and this is when you could play club teams during the regular season. All the high school teams were able to play them. So we were able to play against, like, Milton's one of the ones I can remember at the top of my head. We got to play, and I thought that was so much fun to play against them during the regular season. So I played sophomore, junior, senior year. One of the guys on the football team was like, Lutes, you want to come play? Try it out. And I said yes. I picked it up, and I never looked back. It's been the best sport I've ever gotten to be able to be a part of and play. So I went to showcases and tried to get my name out. And luckily, I went through a couple weekends and tried to spend time at different colleges, and Shorter University is the one that picked me up, and I got to play 3 years there. Unfortunately, we had so many coaching changes that senior year. I was like, I just really like all these coaches that I have, and then we were just going to pretty much bring in some new ones. But however, those 3 years were awesome. I loved every second of it. I faced off. I was a FOGO. Got to fight for the ball right in the middle of it. Everybody is watching, and like you're the reason why we get to play on offense, and that's been probably my favorite position I got to play. Then after college was over, I went straight. I got a really cool message from Dr. Brown when he was the principal, and I think they had a big meeting. It sounded like a board on the board. And I get a call pretty much the next day saying, Brandon Lutes, are you coming back to Oconee County? And I immediately said yes. I already knew I was coming back, but I could not believe that as soon as my college career was over, I was going to be lucky enough to come back and coach at North Oconee. And then I haven't left since. I was a assistant coach for 7 years.
Long?
Wait a minute. 5 years, maybe 5 years. 5 years, my bad. 5 years of assistant coaching, and then now I've been 2 years of head coaching. I got really lucky with all the players that have been on the team and all the players I got to coach. I guess one of the coolest accolades I have is having four players so far being able to play or was recognized as all-state players. Awesome. And that's been awesome to see that there's other coaches in Georgia that are recognizing North Oconee as someone who can be a part of those type of teams. And then I got something really cool last year, was being coach of the year of the 2024 in 1 through 4A. So that's when, that was before. Right now it's Division 1, 2, and 3, which is like Division 1 is like 1 through 4A, Division 2 is like 5A, and Division 3 is all the 6A schools. And so then we were 1 through 4A, and then now this one, I got the region coach of the year this year.
Awesome.
That was cool. But I think definitely my favorite one was the All-State on my first year as a head coach.
No, it's cool. And before we turn the camera on, I know I asked you, I said, you may get famous from this interview. And if so, I said, somebody may call about a job. And you said, I have my job.
I have my job.
And that's really cool. And I started off teaching and coaching where I went to school. And then, we ended up moving. But just the excitement that you have for it. This is not fake for those of you watching. You do not know Coach Lutes. He is always this excited about things he's passionate about. And that's why I asked him to come over, because I love it. And, I know that kind of leads into the next question. you've been there a couple years as assistant. You've been a head coach now, and your plan is to be there for 30 years.
Yes,
or
I got 21 more to go. Actually,
nobody's counting.
Nobody's
if
counting.
you're still this excited,
Yes.
you may stay longer.
You think so? Is that
you
a
never
thing?
know. It just depends.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I am not leaving. I'm an elementary school teacher, so I'm already waiting for this 5th grade class that I want to see when they come up. I know that's so far. That's 4 years from now.
But that's cool.
So far, I just can't wait to see what's to come. I guess I just put so much into this program that has been another part of me. But I also love teaching. Teaching is a huge passion of mine. Teaching's been the best job, and then I get to coach, and that's the best 2 jobs I've ever gotten to live a part of.
Well, listen, everybody, you always got to remember, teaching pays the bills, and you got to be good at it there. But no, I love that. And then until you've been a part of the program, you played, now you're coaching. What do you want your teams to be known for? And it could be something you're still trying to build, but like, what is, if somebody's kid plays for you for 4 years, or there's that team that plays against you every year, what do you want North Oconee Lacrosse to be known for?
What I really want North Oconee to be a part, of, is that this is just. I want all the families that see us as like, oh my gosh, those are actually a good group of kids. They're respectful to our programs when they come to our area. Of course, they say thank you, they say please. Just like those little things that you would want your own kids to be.
Absolutely.
See somebody. So like, I know they're not my kids. I know they're not my kids. However, they're yeah. But it's like there's sometimes I'm only 30, and there's sometimes I'm like, man, y'all. It's like y'all are my kids. Like I want you to be seen as somebody that's awesome, like sweet, and you like how I see them. I want everybody else to see them the same way. So like compassionate, passionate. That's probably one of my favorite things about. And the high school team actually chose that as one of the how we want people to see us as being a passionate program, and I see it, and I know it, and the guys prove it to me every single day. And plus, even showing the passion of the sport is going out and playing club ball. We have players that play club ball throughout the whole entire summer and fall. However, we have football players too, and they still try to make time to do it. So that's how I would love to see this program be for anybody that sees this from outside in.
No, and that's awesome. And you bring up something too, and a lot of young coaches, the first thought is they want to win. But then the fact that you're even telling your kids, like, hey, this is what we want to be known for, I think that's definitely powerful too, to let them know, because you can coach them a certain way and you just expect it to happen. Or you can be very clear with them and say, hey, this is what it is. So, no, I love that. Again, your passion always shows for sure. So in your years of coaching, what's your favorite coaching story? On the field, off the field, something to have to do with a kid? What do you got? You're grinning already.
I know. It was really sweet. So we were playing summer ball, and I got to be a part of a summer team. And I was coaching it. It was a brand new summer team, so it was super fresh, new kids, new to summer program. And we played this team, and we're young. We're brand new. That's Hank. We're pretty new, so we're playing against teams that has been in a program for a while, a lot longer than us. And when that happened, we got into.
I'm listening. He wants his ball.
During, what I'm trying to say is, we get to on Sundays of the summer tournaments as playoff time, and we play 2 games. You either win the game and you play the next one to play in the championship, or not. And you get like a little accolade just saying you won the championship. So we play a really good team who's been in the program probably 20 years longer than we have. 20 years to one year program. We're very, very expected to lose this one. Very expected. However, I coached the team just how like I would coach anybody else. It got down to the wire, and what was so funny is that called a timeout. Everybody's like freaking out because we are just 1 point away to put this game away. It's tied 8-8, I believe. And of course, lacrosse is kind of like you kind of let them go. You say, hey, you fill this hole, you rotate, make sure we see somebody there, pass it if it's there. If not, take the shot. we ended up scoring and winning against this really competitive program, a very highly program. And I guess what was so funny is that like watching the guys that we go play in the championship game. Of course, we play another team that's like a high program. But my favorite thing is that program came up to me afterward and asked me if I wanted a job right to be one of their coaches as well, because I guess they saw that how excited I was or how intense I was and how much I cared about for their team. Because you can tell, I mean, any other coach looking outside looking in, you can tell how the other coaches are reacting.
Oh yeah,
and how they're like just their demeanor and everything. So I think that's probably one of my favorite coaching stories that I've had, just getting asked as soon as we beat them to join their program.
oh yeah.
Well.
And, I mean, that's the ultimate compliment. People recognize what you're doing. No. So, in getting into the, head coaching, I know worked with Coach Hawkins for several years,
Yes.
and then taking
which
over.
Is awesome.
Oh yeah, I co-taught with him.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
Yes.
And when taking over, I knew you wanted to be a head coach. Me and you had talked about it. What is some advice you would give to somebody who wants to be a head coach? It could be maybe something you didn't realize that you were going to have to do as a head coach. All the different things. Or what is one piece of advice you would give to somebody who's thinking about becoming a head coach?
What you probably are trying to do maybe in college, if you're taking coaching classes in college, or if you got lucky to be a part of other programs early in your life. Your coaching philosophy and your coaching changes drastically probably after you're 2 or 3 years a part of it. I mean, I know I am not who I was my first 2 years of coaching. I found who I am, and I found exactly who I like to be, and I still get to be me, and I still get to be myself.
Yep.
And not have to change anywhere I go. And so you really find out your coaching later. Like, it takes time.
Yeah.
And I got so lucky to be able to watch other coaches above me and older and being like, okay, I like that, I don't like that. And so I got like a little chance to be able to mold myself and find out like how I want the program or how I want to treat the players, how I want to treat this parent, because also I got to hang out with parents too. So that's like, I got to figure that part out. And then I think you get really sucked into the program, and if you don't like it, then it's part of your head coaching. Like, you got to be able to know what you're into. Like, you got to be, if you're in it, you're in it. This is your program. You are part of this. You're one of the faces that everybody thinks about and sees.
And you find out how much you are in it once you are up at 11, 11:30 and 12, and then you're like, I got to go to bed, but this has got to be done.
Especially I'm in it. Like, I am. I don't want to be anywhere else. I want to be exactly where I'm at. I'm very in it.
I love it.
It's been so good.
I love it. Well, and listen, and one of those things, you got to do as a head coach is you've got to order things for your program. You got to budget. You've got to. You're also the head financial advisor, all those things.
I mean, you're kind of like the big brother, the dad,
you're everything.
Emotional supporter.
Yeah. And then with all that stuff with head coaching, and you get to work with vendors. And one of the big things with Coach Dooley's list is I'm always trying to connect coaches with good vendors who are going to do the right job. Do it right, get it there on time, those kind of things. So who's somebody you've worked with that you know and you trust and you recommend to somebody else?
So I got found. We also are part of BSN throughout North Oconee, and thank goodness they found us Power Tech. I actually brought a little clothing for it too. Power Tech has done all of our. This is one of our game shorts.
Okay. Right
here is our home game shorts. We have a black pair, of course, a white jersey and a black jersey, and I.
Hold them up a little bit so everybody can see.
So I got really lucky, and of course you see like the tee and the colors.
Yeah.
This material's great. It's very breathable, and that's what we're looking for. And they do exactly what my dreams and my aspirations of what I would like to have. They've been able to exactly put it out there, and I've gotten back things that the players have been like, Coach, this is what we get to wear, and I'm like, yes, this is it. This is it. We get to wear these kind of outfits during the games. I know we get compliments every single time because they look beautiful.
Look good and play good.
Yeah.
No, and look, the fact that, like you said, they take your vision, they put it into action. That's so important too. You know, just because you want to get what you pay for. You know,
Yes,
that's the biggest thing. So,
and I like them. I love Power Tech. It's been, as of right now, I don't want to use anybody else when it comes to pennies and games, any type of game apparel.
that's awesome, and that is actually one that is not on the website, and the new Coach Dooley's List website will be coming, I think, in about a week or so, and that will be one of the things. Is the only way I put a vendor on there is if they were referred by a coach. So
yes, well,
that's the
that's
best. So that is exactly what we want. So, Coach, listen, I appreciate you coming over today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Congrats on finishing the school year and a great year of lacrosse, and enjoy your summer.
I'm already excited about 2026.
I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Yeah.